Hello to everyone taking a look at this Mini and all of my YouTube followers that like to watch my interesting videos about cars. This here today I am listing and creating a YouTube video for and doing all the advertising for a very good friend of mine on this 2009 Mini Cooper S. This is pepper white exterior. Automatic transmission, 108,000 miles. A really nice little car that has a lot of nice things done. If you keep watching and keep listening, I'm going to tell you all about it. This car is turnkey, ready to go, needs nothing. It's been well taken care of. Everything works like it should. So quickly, all of the windows are tinted. This is something that he had done. He's owned the car for a couple of years, a little over a couple of years. Windows were done at Quality Window Tint here in Columbus, Ohio. They do fantastic work, and this is definitely quality tint job. Exterior mirror caps replaced with the British flag, and the windshield is lightly tinted also, but the rearview mirror cap is British flag also. The original caps he does have, those could be switched back to the plain black ones that it had. This piece here on the side, Mini calls a side scuttle piece. These were just originally just kind of a plain chrome, so he changed these to this colorful piece here that just gives it, you know, a little look, a little pizzazz. The headlights and fog lights I have on here, you can see right there. Those are, I believe they're called Race Sport brand, but these were done by Columbus Car Audio. They're very ridiculously bright at night. Xenon, I think they're 8000K is the rating on them, but they are extremely bright. They illuminate street signs like you can see it from a mile away. Very nice. Gives it a nice look, but truly very bright and nice. The wheels are all in pretty nice shape. It's got factory 16-inch wheels. The Continental Pure Contact LS tires here have 10 30-seconds tread. These were installed at 101,000 miles, so they only have 7,000 miles on them, so they're still basically like new. The rear brakes are a whole lot of life remaining. I'm going to tell you about that here in a second. And the front brakes have about 70% remaining life. So one of the most important things on these Mini Coopers, if you know these cars, is so there's all the wheels. I think all the wheels are in very nice shape for its age. Also has two original keys, one of which was bought new when he first bought the car, so it's nearly still like new, and the other one is original to the car. Quickly, I'm just going to kind of stand here and run through the service items that have been done on this car before we look at the inside. So if you know these cars, what I was starting to say is that this generation Mini is known for timing chain issues, problems, potential for needing replacement. This car's timing chain was done by the previous owner before he purchased it. And when he first purchased this car, we took it to a very trusted mechanic of mine, a gentleman named Nixon from Baton Auto Group here in Columbus. And he did a complete inspection on this car, verified that the timing chain was in fact replaced with all of the guides. So that was done at about 93,000 miles. And then the items, I'm reading this off of a cheat sheet list here. I'm just going to kind of read to you. At 93,000 miles, I'm going to read this real quick, but I'm going to put this in the ad also in words. At 93,000 miles, the front wheel bearings were replaced. The rear brake pads, calipers, and rotors were replaced. Oil was changed, of course, and synthetic oil has only been used in this car in the time that he has had it. Valve cover gasket was replaced. Oil cooler O-rings replaced. The turbo oil feed tube or line, I can't remember which it's called, but that was replaced. The water pump, the thermostat, coolant was flushed. a new battery, new air and cabin filters, transmission service with filter, gasket, and fluid from the dealer and filled up, NGK laser iridium spark plugs installed, a new serpentine belt, and a front O2 sensor. So a whole lot of work. I believe that original work was a little over $4,000 for all of those items. So all of that at 95,000 miles. The oil cooler was replaced, oil cooler gasket, oil filter housing gasket, and the cap for the oil filter. The rear O2 sensor needed replaced at that time, so that was done also. At 101,000 miles, all 4 ignition coils replaced. The front crankshaft oil seal was replaced, and the new Continental tires that I mentioned a minute ago were installed. At 105,000 miles, that front crankshaft oil seal had started to leak. Long story short, it was determined that better off to get this part from the dealer. So it was done a second time, but this time with a dealer part. The rear fog light housings were replaced because they were starting to rust inside, these guys here, where those lights wouldn't work, and he likes to use those at night, and it's kind of lights up the back of the car a little better, so those were replaced. The water pump was also replaced a second time because there was no additional labor while in there doing the crankshaft seal to replace the water pump, and that was replaced with a dealer part for the second time as well. Just recently here, about 30 miles ago, the rear wheel bearings on both sides, their complete hub assemblies, they were replaced. So this car, with all of the things that have been done to it, it shouldn't need anything for quite some time. And it truly has had many new parts and should not need much of anything for quite some time. These British flag pieces throughout the car, these are just little rubber inserts that you can take out if you don't like. Rubber Mini Cooper mats. So sorry I had to talk so much so quickly, but trying to convey all the information. Driver's side seat is in very nice shape. I believe this cracking here on this perforated, I mean, this was about like this when he purchased it. It's very common on these because it's a bonded material. It's sort of almost glued to the padding that's underneath, so there's really not a whole lot that you can do about it. It just kind of happens and it's there. But other than that, it's very nice. Factory big panoramic sunroof. There's the mileage, 108,372. Putting away my notepad. There's the mileage, exterior temperature display, and the time. Steering wheel leather and stitching is very nice. No issues there. All that stitch is nice. It's not sticky or icky or anything. These little black and white British flag decals have been added to this is the shifter for when you drive, if you want to shift it yourself. Kind of neat. Also, a little decal was placed here on the start-stop button. Briefly show you. This is the newer key that was purchased when he first purchased the car, so this key is very nice. The other key does have a little bit of wear, but it's still a functioning key. So there's that. This one has automatic climate control. Not all Mini Cooper S's had auto climate control, but this does. This has heated seats. They get super hot on level 3. That's an option. This was an option. The sunroof was an option. There's the main display. It's on the aux setting right now. Has Bluetooth phone, AM, FM, aux, USB. The factory aux and USB is down here. So on that note, also interior color changing lights, not very easy to see right now, but these can be changed. I think it's this button. Yeah, right there you can change the color from blue to pink to orange to red. I think goes to a couple different colors, but anyway, there's that's factory. So I told you about the Xenon lights that he did. I told you about the window tint. So it is the factory original radio, but at the visit at Columbus Car Audio for the lights, he also had a CompuStar remote start system installed. It also has a drone feature attached so that you could literally remote start this car anywhere from the world with an app on your phone. So if you buy this car, you just have to download the app, pay for the subscription, and you can use it to remote start this car. If you don't want to do that, it can be remote started from the key. You push the lock button 3 times and the car will start when you're within a reasonable distance of the car. So you don't have to have the app, but it is a feature that is there that's kind of nice. So again, Columbus Car Audio did the headlights and fog lights with the HIDs. They did the remote start system that has the drone mobile feature. They also replaced all of the factory speakers. He spent about $3,000 at Columbus Car Audio to do all of this stuff, just to give you an idea. And that was with some favorable discounts of mine because I know those guys for a while. So all the speakers, the ones back here and the ones in the doors, were replaced. So the stereo system is very nice. It's all Kenwood branded items. There's also a there's the sill plate. It's all Kenwood. And there's also an amplifier back here. Not sure exactly where. I just remember them telling me that I think it's behind this panel. It's somewhere in one of these panels. It's completely hidden. You would never know. But there's an amplifier that powers all of those speakers in the car, along with this Kenwood. I am going to put the model number of this in the ad. I don't remember the model number, but this speaker box, it's a 10-inch subwoofer, a flat compact subwoofer. This box is made specifically for this car so that it doesn't take up a lot of room, but it adds some bass and some quality to the sound. So very nice Kenwood. I don't remember the model number, but I'll go ahead and put it in the ad. There's a mini branded rubber mat back here. Cargo tray is intact. These seats, you can see a photo in the gallery, in my photo gallery, of the seats folded down. They fold down very easily, like that. The seat belts have to be out of the way, but there you go. So you get a little more room. Sorry I'm talking so quickly. I'm trying to convey all of the information on this video so that some people only watch a video when they're looking at the car for sale. There's how it looks from this way. This is kind of cool. This is you can do that, and then you can lock the seat in like that, and it actually gives more trunk space because the seat is leaning forward. So you can do that. So I just wanted to put that up so you could see the condition of that seat, which is very nice. Rubber mats back here in the back also. Little cup holder back there. Passenger seat is very nice. It doesn't have the cracking there like it did over there on the driver, but of course it doesn't because it gets used less, right? Also, as soon as the sun goes away, I'm going to show you another cool thing that he added to this car. So there's rubber mats, cargo mat there, armrest, has a little storage in there. A lot of people don't know this about Minis, but there's the normal glove box, and then this is a secondary glove box. Kind of neat. A lot of people that own these cars never even know that that's there. I really like this silver checkerboard pattern on this car. Actually, let me grab my notepad to show you what I want to show you. There's the passenger door panel, very nice. So at nighttime, there it is. I don't think you can't see it on the ground. See the Mini logo right there, the projector? Yeah, there we go, that's better. So it has the projector. It appears to be flickering in this video right now, but it doesn't flicker. It broadcasts that image on the ground, on your garage floor, on a parking lot. Even if it was on this blacktop at night, you would totally see it. It just has to be dark in order to see it. There it is right there. So that's on both. That's on both front doors. So when you open the door, it projects the image on the ground, and that projector set was purchased from Mini. That's not some knockoff Chinese garbage that you can find on eBay. That is a projector set from the Mini dealership. It wasn't that expensive, and there's really nothing to it. It just replaces the factory, what they call puddle lamps there on the bottom of the door with those projectors. So you will get this car as you see it, with all of the features and options that have been added. This nice chrome British flag license plate frame goes with the car, both keys, all of the stereo stuff, obviously. Exactly as you see it is how you will get it. I think I have covered everything. I think it's a fantastic car. I think it's a great value for if you're looking for a Mini Cooper, and one like this. Oh, the fog lights turned off because I turned off the car and restarted it. Both I didn't mention this initially, but the Mini emblem here on the front and the one on the tailgate were both replaced when he first bought the car also, so they're very new, along with these trim pieces here on the windshield. These have a tendency for this rubber to decay and they kind of look bad, so both of these were replaced just for cosmetic. I did want to point that out. I forgot, there's a little dent right there with a paint chip that's been touched up. I forgot to point that out initially. I think that's about the worst cosmetic flaw on this car. There's the other emblem there, so that's much newer than the car. I know this wiper arm was also replaced, so this is newer than the car. He didn't do this, but whoever had it before replaced. Normally this antenna came with a taller, longer antenna, and this is a short, stubby one. It is a better solution, I do believe, for these cars. Just looks nicer and doesn't get caught up on anything. I've personally owned two of these Mini Coopers, one very similar to this and one 2003, the first generation. They're great cars, fun to drive, easy to see out of, easy to park. You can park it in the smallest of places, and they get great gas mileage. And they truly don't do bad in the wintertime in snow because they're relatively heavy for how small they are, and they're front wheel drive and they have traction control. I did forget to mention, I'm just thinking about it right now, safety items. It has side airbags in the front here, and it does have, this car, even being a 2009, up there at the pillar there, if you look, you can see the airbag symbol. It has airbags in the rear, so it's small, you know, but it's a safe, solid, well-built car. A lot of fun. So anyway, appreciate you taking over 18 minutes here to watch all of this. If you did, hopefully this has been informative to what this car is and what it isn't, which it's a whole lot of is for what it is and the money. In traditional fashion, with the way I do things, I will be making a second video here in a moment. You can find the link in the ad for my second video, where I'm going to go drive this car to show you how it performs and drives, which is nothing but wonderfully. And again, great value. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like hearing me talk about cars. Thank you.